welcome to all my fellow metalheads, extreme music lovers, horror enthusiasts, occultists, and backyard belchers to the one and only MEndo Metal Podcast. We're a Mendocino County-based podcast focusing on the various metal genres and bands from our neck of the woods and beyond. We're back in your face for another episode. I'm Austin Spence from the band Embryonic Devourment, and with me is my co-host, Brian Sticky Tips. Joining us today, we have Live the Day. We're stoked that Live the Day agreed to come on the podcast and share some insight into their band and their take on the style we all love, heavy fucking metal. How you guys doing today?
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, good.
Hell yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Good, brother. Good. Had a little bit of a issue there logging into Zoom, but it appears we're all good. So take us back to the formation of the band. How did you guys meet and decide that this is the direction of metal that you guys wanted to go in?
Yeah, well, the roots of the band started about 20 years ago with me jamming with my father-in-law, who's a drummer. And then I called up my buddy Justin, who I've known since kindergarten. He never played an instrument in his life. And I said, dude, get a bass guitar. You're in the band. And then the three of us started playing shows all around Lake County. And then over the years, we've gone through a number of lineup changes, a number of guitar players and a few drummers. And, over time, people have moved away or there's been some drama, if you will. And so, things change over time. And but then after I became friends with Jesse a few years ago, and he said, yeah, I played a little guitar 10 years ago. And so even before I even heard him play a single note on a guitar, I said, all right, dude, you're in the band. And so, after going through certain drama and stuff over the years with band members, I was like, I knew, number one, he wasn't going to move away. And number two, that he was a good guy. And so it didn't matter to me if he could play guitar or not. I knew he was the type of dude that we wanted in the band. And then we ran into Dan here about a year and a half ago, and he's helped take us to the next level. And the current lineup has been together for about a year and a half. Been playing a few shows these last few months. We played a show last night at the Moose Lodge in Clear Lake Oaks.
Oh yeah, we rocked that place.
Oh yeah. I think we broke a few windows, but but yeah. So this lineup is still relatively new, but yeah, we like to rock, and we're looking forward to rocking some more.
Yeah, man. It's interesting what you said there about I didn't really know if he could play guitar or not or whatever. For me, I think you've hit it right on the head. It's like because you have to be able to have this, people in your band be your friend, and be able to gel with someone before the concept of playing an instrument is really even on the table. It's important that the willpower is there first, that's what it's all about, man, is the willpower and the want to do it. If that's there, everything else will fall into place,
Yeah, I mean, we all have the passion, that's definitely there. And but we're all more than the instruments that we play. Everybody in the band, they all have their own skill set. I mean, I'm the songwriter, the front man, the organizer, if you will. And, Justin, I mean, he's our connections man. He knows everybody, or he always knows someone who knows someone. And so most of the gigs we've ever played were because of someone that Justin knows. And then Jesse, he's our hype man. He's our PR man. He runs our social media. He makes sure that people know who we are. And then Dan, he's our utility man with his professional background in photography and video and professional staging and lighting and sound. He makes us look, way better than we really are. but we're all, we all have our own skill sets. And when we come together, we combine into what we like to call a rock and roll Voltron.
Right. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So what do you guys, I mean, obviously you have 4 people in the band. What is your writing process like? Do all 4 of you contribute to writing? Do you have a central person who does the writing? What's your usual approach to writing music?
Well, I mean, I've been writing songs for, for 20 years, and a lot of these songs we've been playing for many, many years with the band. And like I said, this current lineup with the band is relatively new. And so we've just kind of been focusing on getting things, down, getting a starting point. And we're hoping, to find more time. It's there's never enough time to do everything we want to do, but we definitely would like to start working on some new material, more collaborative stuff together. It's just nice to get a few more, to get multiple creative heads in the game there. But yeah, I mean, at this point it's kind of, we're kind of playing a lot of songs we've been playing for a number of years, at least for those of us who've been in the band for a number of years.
Nice.
But definitely looking forward to the future, to working on some new stuff together with everybody.
Well, a follow-up question to that: when you guys do, or you guys are playing music, is your sound like, is it more like a deliberate sound that you guys are going after, or is it you guys just sort of let it organically happen? How did you guys sort of produce your sound that is Live the Day?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I'd say we don't necessarily try to sound like anything in particular. I mean, we all have a variety of influences and musical influences and what we like. And, anywhere from between the four of us, our favorite bands consist of like Metallica, Pantera, Tool, Alice in Chains, even Fish. We have a Fish head in the band. And, but while we don't really necessarily try to sound like anything in particular, I mean, we just kind of, we sound like us.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for a starting point, I would say, we played a show in Katati a few years back, and there was this guy at the show who had never seen us before, and the whole time he was up front just rocking out. He was really vibing on the band. And so, after the show, I gave him a shirt. I appreciated his enthusiasm. And then he said that he thought that, without asking him, he said that you guys sound like a cross between Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, and Korn. And so, no, those are all amazing bands. I love those bands. And while, I wouldn't say we're trying to sound like any of those bands in particular, that's the objective opinion of one dude in Katati, so that, can give you a rough idea of maybe our sound. But we're kind of, we like to consider ourselves a Swiss Army knife of rock. I mean, we do it all. We played rock shows, we played punk shows, we played metal shows. Hell, we've even played weddings. So,
There you go.
we've done a little bit of everything. And, but, we just like to rock, I mean, we're just inspired by anything that rocks, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Those wedding shows can sometimes pay pretty nicely too. Those are always a fun treat to play, and you usually get fed well, and the treatment's really nice.
Yeah, we ate a lot of cake. Yep.
Nice, man. So it's you were mentioning earlier, that the band has had ups and downs and dramas and things like that, as every band does. I know my band has our own little internal dramas from time to time. What was one of the most toughest moments for the band, would you say?
Oh, wow. Well, there was a time back in the day, like I said at the beginning, first started out playing drums with my father-in-law, and then he came down with cancer. And he made it through ultimately, which is awesome. But he was going through a lot, and so he couldn't play drums for a long time. And so we went through a number of different drummers. Typically, the drama we've had usually involves a drummer, but yeah, at one point we were playing with a drummer who was also in another band that we played shows with. And, and at the very beginning, I was like, I don't want to screw anything up here, with the other band, made sure everything was cool and, not stepping on anyone's toes. I'm not trying to steal anyone's drummer. I'm just looking for someone to jam with. And the guy was like, oh yeah, no problem, and then, then the day of our first show came up where with this guy, and we were playing with the other band that he's in as well. And the morning of the show, he had some sort of a spat with the other band, and he refused to play the show. and it became a whole thing. And then the other band's blaming me, you know, like what's going on? I'm just like, dude, I just want to play the show, man. You know, this drummer's screwing both of us, and so it was a whole big thing, and that was no fun. But so yeah, that and then yeah, we moved on from that drummer, and we've hopefully settled on a drummer here who's gonna be a little less dramatic for us.
Very cool. Yeah, I know that sometimes sharing members with, you know, other bands can be tricky, especially when it comes to scheduling shows, you know, because there's only, you know, certain amounts of time, and you got to work with the other band and blah, blah, blah. I know that, you know, even Metallica, you know, back in the day had a problem with Jason Newsted wanting to do his own projects and so forth. And I think ultimately, yeah, it led to him, you know, leaving the band pretty much because he needed to have his own creative output, you know, and
Sure.
he wasn't getting that. So apparently even his creative output was, you know, millions of dollars wasn't enough, you know. He needs his output.
Well, you know, and I mean, it's all experience, you know, and like Justin here, he is also, he's in a second band currently, local band Strychnine. And we play shows together with both bands. He plays double duty, you know, and from the very beginning, I said to Justin, you know, hey man, you know, I've supported him from the beginning, saying go for it, man. You know, the more experience you get, you know, various bands and various contexts, you know, I mean, it's just made him a better bass player in the long run. And so far, it hasn't created any drama between bands or anything like that. I think we have a good relationship between the bands, and Justin has helped bridge that relationship. That has opened more opportunities for us as well. And so yeah, definitely we're, you know, it's been positive so far.
It's kind of a little reunion, actually, because I remember Strychnine was actually on the bill for the very first Redwood Metal Fest back in 2012 with Death Angel. And so it was Embryonic Devourment. So yeah, awesome. Kind of a cool little full little circle thing.
Yeah.
That was an awesome show. Awesome show. So Live the Day, band in Lake County. Lake County honestly doesn't seem to have a whole lot of bands. You know, there's not a lot of bands that are coming out of Lake County at the moment. I think there was a time when there was quite a few more, but for some reason it's dwindled down to just a handful. How does that sort of figure into you guys, you know, playing shows and doing what you do? I mean, like, I know that it's kind of makes things a little tougher when there's not a whole lot of bands sort of putting things together and so on and so forth. I mean, how do you guys sort of get through that and do what you do?
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of it is, again, who you know, having the right connections. And we know a number of a few guys that put on shows in the area. I mean, we've played all over Lake County. We've played a little bit outside of Lake County, but Lake County has been our core over the years. And of course, the pandemic changed everything, and and things are still kind of slowly picking up again. I mean, but yeah, I mean, Lake County is our home, and we love supporting the local music scene in Lake County, and we hope that more people will continue to support the local music scene in Lake County.
Exactly.
And we're just looking to play. We don't care. We'll play anywhere, anytime. I mean, like I said, we've played for 5 people. We've played for 75 people.
We want to rock, man.
Yeah,
I mean, fun.
Yeah, we don't care what it is. We're here to put on a damn good show, no matter who's there, no matter what it's for. We're just in it for the music, man.
When we were booking MEndo Lake Metal Fest, honestly, I hadn't heard of your band. I'm kind of new to Lake County and doing shows over here, and I didn't really know much about your band. And when we had a band drop off of MEndo Lake Metal Fest, we were like, we kind of put it to the people. We said, hey, let's nominate some people and let's vote and see who we want to plug into this spot. And Lake County, like Lake County's down with Live the Day. Like they were, I mean, you guys were by a huge lead. You guys took the spot. So I know that you guys have a lot of support in Lake County. So That's awesome. That's awesome that you guys have that behind you. And we're happy to have you on Mendo Lake Metal Fest, which is June 17th, by the way, at Freedom Riders.
Yeah,
So
June 17th, Metal
yep,
Fest.
it's going to be an awesome show. And
yeah, we were honored. We were honored to win that vote. You know, we definitely we earned our spot, and we're looking forward to proving why we earned that spot, and we're gonna put on a hell of a show.
Right on, right on, right on.
Nice. Yeah, we're all excited to have you guys on, man. I think, you know, having a band from Lake County, you know, that has the support, you know, like you guys do out there is going to help, you know, with you know, the crowd attendance as well, you know, being that it's in that area. And you know, I over the years, you know, I've actually played with a lot of killer Lake County metal bands. And in fact, there used to be a big festival, or at least it came through Lake County, a big punk rock festival called the Libertatia Punk Rock Festival, which was huge. And so I know that, you know, Lake County has sort of like a, you know, underground scene going on out there, and it rears its head, you know, every so often, and it's like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from, you know? So it's yeah, you guys have a really cool thing happening out there, man. Very supportive people.
Yeah. Well, we're you know, it's all about, for us, it's all about connecting with people. That's why we're doing this. You know, we play music because we love music and we like performing. It's all about just connecting with people. And you know, if I, at any given show, if I can just connect with, you know, with one person, just, you know, make one new fan, then it was all worth it.
Yeah, that's one of the things, you know, is a band, you know, being in a band, you know, some people may not know that not every show is going to be the greatest in terms of attendance, but that doesn't matter. If you have 3 people in the audience that are interested and watching your band, you do your best to just crush it, because those 1 or 2 people may go tell their friends, you know, and you, no matter what, you just do your best, man, because when it comes down to it, really, it's about the music, and being in a different element each time is what makes you better musicians, you know? So being able to handle those kind of things when they arise, and handle it with grace, and still have fun at what you're doing, you know, that's important.
Awesome.
For sure.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, we've talked about, you know, how the band sort of came together and how you sort of came to this point where you guys are doing music together now. What's kind of on the plate for the future of Live the Day? You guys got shows coming up, you got music coming out. What are you guys working on? What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, well, we're finishing up some recordings right now. You know, the first recordings that we've done with this lineup in the band, and so we just have a few more things to finish up, and then we should have some new recordings here soon. And of course, we're looking forward to playing the Metal Fest on June 17th at the Freedom Riders MC Clubhouse in Lakeport, California. But yeah, after that, we have another show coming up. When is it? It's July 22nd. July 22nd. We're playing the iconic Phoenix Theater in Petaluma. And so yeah, we LTD, we have not played there before, so we're really excited to play there. Oh, yeah. We, you know, a place that so many iconic bands have played at throughout the years. So we're excited to play that coming up.
So come down.
Yeah,
it's a cool venue.
Petaluma.
It's a cool, very cool venue. I've booked a few shows there, and it's always a cool place to do a show. It's a really cool Gothic style theater. Really enjoy it. Yeah,
and we've been you know, connecting with other bands online. I think you mentioned a band reached out to us.
They were looking for an opener
recently. Yeah. Some band. Do you know where they were from?
No, but it was a drive.
Yeah, they asked if we were interested, and I don't know if we know where it is, but yeah, we might take them up on that offer. Dan, I think you said if we want to, we have an opportunity maybe to go up and play a show in Portland or something. Yeah.
Right on. Well, getting out of the area, spreading around, you know, making more fans reaching other areas. That's making moves, you know.
Yeah.
Beer garden in Lodi
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a death metal fest.
So yeah, a few opportunities are popping up, but yeah, and also yeah, we might be playing some more shows in Lake County here. A few weeks ago, we played a show in Kelseyville, or I guess Cobb was it technically? I don't know, and where they're setting up kind of an outdoor area there. It was the first show they've ever played there. And so we helped them break in the space there, and they're planning on putting on some more shows coming up.
Nice.
And so we're gonna probably be playing some more shows there coming up here in the near future as well. But yeah, we definitely have a few things on the horizon here, and we're definitely looking forward to the future.
Nice. Well, we're kind of winding down to the last few minutes, and something that we typically like to ask before we end the podcast is we like to find out from you guys, each one of you, to recommend a band that you think that we should be listening to right now. So you've got 4 of you, so we got 4 bands to cover. Which
Right.
Justin, let's start with you. What band should we be listening to right now that you recommend?
I don't know. I just go with my favorite band, and probably is Tool.
All right.
I just kind of, I listen to a lot of different stuff, but that's always my go-to, so.
Tool is a great fucking band, man. There's nothing wrong with Tool at all. They're like the Pink Floyd of metal,
Yeah,
Yes.
really, really trippy stuff and pushing boundaries still to this day, and when a Tool song comes on, whether you've heard that song or not, that it's Tool. It's unmistakable, and that's an important element for a band to have is identity.
All right.
Yeah, Jesse, what do you say?
Again, being relatively kind of new into metal, which is funny for me because my wife has been heavy into metal for 20 years, and I've really been listening more for the last 5 or 6, to be honest. I'm really into Killswitch Engage right now. I love their dynamics, the melodicness, the voice works for me.
All right. Awesome.
Very, very melodic band. Yeah, Killswitch Engage is, they have some stuff going on with their melodies that are, kind of different for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
They're big for a reason.
yeah. Dan's been busy putting his drum kit back together after our show last night. What do you think, Dan? I know what you're gonna say, but
Yeah.
My answer, so why?
Yeah.
we all know his answer. Yeah.
Everybody
Okay.
should be listening to Fish, right?
Fish. Yeah. That's
Don't
always
even
gonna
drop
be his
out.
answer. Fish.
Until you've gone to one of their shows.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Rick Hanault was at that show. Was it a recent show that just played? Because he posted something the other day about Fish blew his mind, and I was like,
Yeah.
Rick Hanault's at a Fish show? Awesome.
Yeah.
We just attended that Berkeley
Yeah.
show. That was actually pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was their first show, and yeah, until you go see them live, they're highly underrated. Until you go see them, and then changes your mind about them.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
lot of bands like that where there's nothing like seeing them live. No recording, no album is gonna really give you the full experience, of that band like seeing them live. And with that in mind, the band that I have to recommend is Ailstorm. There's the obvious choices, obviously, like Metallica, Pantera, my all-time favorite band, and Machine Head. But Ailstorm, if for anyone who doesn't know Ailstorm, you have to know Ailstorm. If you like to rock and if you like to have fun, Ailstorm is the band for you. I saw them, Jesse and I saw them live last week in San Francisco.
Fucking rad.
I've been to hundreds of concerts. I've seen hundreds of bands, and that Ailstorm show by far is one of the best shows I've seen in my entire life. It was amazing.
Nice.
And so much fun. No other type of show are you going to see a mosh pit that has pirates, unicorns, a shirtless dude in a hockey mask, and the most crowd surfing of any show I've ever been to in my life. I've seen Slayer, Pantera, Metallica over and over, but this show, there was the most crowd surfing you'll ever see. At one point, the entire crowd was on their ass in the middle of the floor, rowing an imaginary
Rocked almost
boats
hit once in their
to the rhythm of the music.
Oh wow, that's
Like,
cool.
You're never gonna see that anywhere else. Ailstorm is just they're just so amazing. They're from Scotland, And if you're not familiar with them, you know, they play Scottish drinking songs in the style
There
of
you go.
thrash metal
Nice.
with a comedic pirate theme. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I have heard them, and they are a great band. And you know, the few times that I have heard them, I always want to like pull out a drink, take a shot or something, you know, because they have that vibe. It's like it's just drinking music. Have a good fucking time, you know.
it's all
and
about having fun.
Great
yeah.
band.
Well,
Yeah.
you definitely gave them a good plug. Are you sure you're not like on their promo team here?
Hey, I'm just riding high from that show last week. It was a
Awesome.
great show. But like I said, it's all about having fun. You know, Live the Day is all about having fun. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's the name of the band is, you know, Live the Day. It's, you know, it's more than just a name. It's a philosophy, you know. I mean, you just don't know what tomorrow holds. You know, I could be dead tomorrow. You could be dead tomorrow. You have no idea what tomorrow holds. You know that you have this moment, you have today. You better make the most of it. Live the day while you can.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I like that.
Well, guys, we appreciate you coming on the podcast and sharing your band and some of the insights into to Live the Day. And we're really looking forward to seeing you guys play at Mendo Lake Metal Fest.
Oh yeah, June 17th. We'll see you there. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Fuck
guys.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we appreciate it, and rock on, guys.
Hell yeah. That concludes Mendo Metal Podcast, episode 14. We'll see everybody next time. Tune in.